Ladies and gentlemen, episode number 636, and we are live on YouTube. We were going to run the Iron to Gold SPV today, our stream preview. It's one of our big four and the first ever Iron to Go. We finally have a fourth for our big four. It only took us 6 years, right? I mean, for the last 6 years, the only three big stream previews we've had were, of course, TWA Slammiversary. We had TWA's Bash at the Beach and TWA's Halloween Havoc, which are all going into their 5th annual shows this year, actually. It's going to be an absolutely phenomenal time. I can't wait to get to Bash at the Beach. Halloween Havoc and Slammiversary, they're always our biggest shows of the year. But we finally have a fourth. It took us forever because, of course, usually in between we just ran tournaments and some occasionally a pop-up stream preview, but we tried to stick to the big four, which were really the big three at the time. We would always have a weird behavior. For anybody that's been around for a long time, you know that we do our weird behavior. We've had 2 of them, I think, now. So we'll be going into our 3rd annual weird behavior stream preview the next time we actually have one. But we'll do something random in between. But we stuck to the big 3 as far as what we consider the creme de la creme, the big dance for our stream previews. So yeah, so next month will be our 5th annual TWA Bash at the Beach. October will be our 5th annual TWA Halloween Havoc, and then in December will be our 5th annual TWA Slammiversary. So it's going to be an exciting year. Season's going fantastic so far. There's certain superstars not doing as well in the beginning of the season so far that I thought would, so that's interesting. But it's been a very cool season so far. I'm really digging the underground matches. TWA Underground has been absolutely phenomenal, full of action, packed matches from bell to bell. Couldn't ask for better match. Now, streamer teams have been having a rough time though. The underground matches are tough, and of course we have the extreme tag team and faction matches going on in TWA Underground as well, which sets it apart from the other 2 brands, Action Zone Wrestling and Wrestle Wars Genesis. Now, of course, we'll be in our Wrestle Wars Genesis arena today because it is the TWA Pride Championship Gold Rush Tournament. This is the first ever tournament that we've had that will be actually intergender, so representing the LGBTQ from both the men's and the women's division, which are now a combined division because we've decided to make it an intergender division. So they're all going to battle it out to see who becomes the first TWA Pride champion of Season 6. And it's a list full of Vixen villains and villains right from the get-go. We've got Roxanne Riley, of course, from Team Life is Great, taking on Johnny freaking Rainbow from Team Infinite Oni. Piper Niven's taking on Kyle Riley from Team Life is Great as well. We have Poindexter, Professor Pollux from Team Froggy Moth Legs, taking on Tegan Knox. And then, of course, last but not least, we got Maxine Kitty from Team Honeybee Wrestling going to be taking on Elton Prince. So it's going to be a very interesting tournament. Again, we're going to be crowning the first TWA Pride champion for season number 6. And, of course, we got some other stuff to go on. We got I don't know if anybody watched Raw or not. We'll get some thoughts on how that show went. We have some Joe Links match recaps and highlights to catch up on. I believe we were in the middle of, I want to say 633 or near the end of 630. I don't think we got quite to episode 634, and I believe Joe Link, of course. That usually goes without saying, but we do have some newer people to the community as of late, which is fantastic. Always nice to see our community grow, and we always collect some of the greatest people. We have such a fantastic... we talk about it all the time, anytime somebody new comes in, but it's so true. A lot of talented and creative people, great gamers, talented musicians, authors, just everything. We have some great people, and dedicated people, very supportive people. You know, a lot of the times they can't make it to a live show, they still watch the VOD. And our community just continues to grow with great people. And that's a great thing and a rare thing because, as we've said before, when it comes to internet platforms, you can run into toxicity at almost every corner. So the fact that we're a bunch of villains and professional trolls, but we keep that to ourselves, and we absolutely do not let people come in and do it to us. They get pirouetted back out onto the street, and they fall down on the curb with a bit of a face stomp. But, yeah, we don't tolerate anybody coming in and trying to bully our people or talk smack about anybody or hurt anybody's feelings. That doesn't happen unless it's us hurting each other's feelings. It's not allowed to happen. But it's going to be a great show. Again, it's our very first intergender tournament, so it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this plays out and exactly what transpires. But again, it's for the TWA Pride Championship, our first Gold Rush tournament. As far as intergender, well, it's the first intergender tournament, period. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But what I need to do is open up my... I don't have my dashboard open. Give me a second. Give me a moment. There we go. Alright, well, I won't dive into Joe Link's match recaps right away. We'll, of course, wait probably until the second matchup. The first match of the quarterfinals we'll simply treat as our tone setter for the day, which it most certainly is. But it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in this tournament, because, again, first ever intergender tournament, so it's going to be interesting to see how the Vixen Villains do against the villains from the Pride Division. But anyways, how was everybody's day? What's new and exciting? Anything? What's going down? Does anybody have anything interesting going on today? I know a lot of people seem to be busy today. One of the ultimate reasons I chose not to run our stream preview, again, you know, it's one of the big shows of the year for us, and there's a lot of people that, unlike regular shows where they just simply watch the VOD, it's nice to be there for the live show when it comes to the big shows, so I want to make sure as many people get the opportunity to do that as possible, which is why I decided to run this tournament today instead, and we'll simply be running Iron to Gold either tomorrow night or Saturday. We'll see what works best for everybody, as per usual, but we are going to... It is going to be a banger of an SP. I'm telling you, it is 14 matches. Again, it is Iron to Gold. So the matchups, including, which is usually only held in underground matches, including our underground world champions, they will be defending their titles at Iron to Gold in either Iron Man matches or locked inside of a steel frame of some sort. It's going to be a very good show. There'll be multi-man matches, there'll be one-on-one matches, tag team matches. It's going to be fantastic. We have only one match on the entire card that will not be for a championship, but for the very first time ever, a member of the Women's Legends division has challenged a member of the Men's Legends division. And of course, I'm talking about the coldest bitch on the planet, January from Team Infinite Oni, has challenged the Wolfman, Alan Severn. No title on the line. It is Legends Champion versus Legends Champion for the very first time. And Alan Severn was very quick to accept that challenge. I wasn't sure if what Severn would think, much less Team Glenola or anybody else from the Wolfpack. I wasn't sure what Severn would think about accepting a challenge, especially for the very first time ever. From the women's division, and but maybe it's because, I mean, January's a lot like the China for TWA, except for a much better wrestler. I love China. She was fantastic. She's a legend and did a lot of great things for the business. But I mean, January's a savage in that ring. Her ring IQ is phenomenal. Her repertoire is immense. So I mean, but yeah. So we'll get to the first match of the quarterfinals here in just a moment, and then again, once we get into the second matchup, we'll get into the Joe Links match recaps and highlights, and we'll go from there. But it's going to be an interesting tournament. I have been looking forward to holding this tournament, and it just happened to be today, because I mean, the last show we had was supposed to be the final show before Iron to Gold, but I decided it might be... I still wanted to have a show today, so I thought it'd be better to run the Pride Championship Gold Rush tournament today and simply postpone Iron to Gold for either tomorrow night or Saturday, whichever works out for everybody. Yo, Luke, what's going on, buddy? I see you. What's new and exciting? Anything? You got anything going on? Are you watching sports? Are you at the shrine? What's going on with Luke today? But yeah, welcome in, Luke. Again, we weren't going to have a live show prior to Iron to Gold, but today seemed like a bad day to choose to run our stream preview for a multitude of reasons. So I thought, yeah, I still kind of want to have a show. And even though our last show was supposed to be the last live show, I decided to run the Gold Rush tournament today for the Pride Championship. And of course, it's our first ever intergender tournament too, so it should be very interesting. And as you can see, the list of villainy in the quarterfinals is absolutely fantastic. So it's going to be very interesting. So yeah, clearly Gunnar is not booked today, nor is Mickey James. But I mean, they're not in the Pride division. I mean, not to my knowledge. I don't think that the Gooner Luke Ballmer would be very happy if I booked him in the Pride Championship. I'm not going to lie. I think he'd be a little upset about that, so we decided that that would be a bad idea. And Mickie James, well, you never know. Mickie James maybe could be part of the Pride division. You know, she kind of swings both ways sometimes, as we all recall from the past happenings. I mean, she was in love with Trish Stratus even, right? So, who knows? Maybe Mickie James could jump into the Pride division and tear it up. I feel like it would fit her. I feel like it would fit. She'd probably whip a lot of ass over there too. She would probably whip a lot of ass over there. Ass whooping for Mickie James. But anyways, we can talk all day long. We may as well get to the action. Again, welcome, episode number 636. It is our TWA Pride Championship Gold Rush Tournament. We're starting the action off in the quarterfinals with Roxanne Riley from Team Life is Great taking on Johnny freaking Rainbow from Team Infinite Oni. So let's get to the action. Let's get to the action. Alright, let's see here. Alright, here we go. Roxanne Riley versus Johnny freaking Rainbow. Matchup numero uno for our quarterfinals for this TWA Pride Championship Gold Rush Tournament. Let's rock and roll. Let's get the action going, flowing. Here we go. Yo, Mufasa. What's going on, Mufasa? Welcome in. Good timing. We're just getting our first match of the day started off. First ever Intergender Gold Rush Tournament. Of course, it is in the Pride division. So, female members and male members from the Pride division are going to be going head-to-head to see who becomes our first TWA Pride champion of Season 6. Of course, it was one of the championships that were vacated after Season 5, and we just have not yet held this tournament to decide a victor and, of course, new champion. So we're going to crown an inaugural champion for Season 6 today. But check it out. First match, Roxanne Riley from Team Life is Great taking on Johnny freaking Rainbow from Team Infinite Oni. Playing GTA 5, trying to get 100% on it. Nice. I've actually never even played GTA 5. 4, and I played San Andreas. I think that was my favorite, I think. But again, I haven't played 5, so I can't compare. I think it's going to be interesting to see what they do with GTA 6. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Season... Or not Season 6. We're Season 6. GTA 6. Are you excited for Season 6? Fuck, I said it again. GTA 6? Because, you know, I got Season 6 on the brain. Because we are, of course, in our 6th season. But yeah. How long have you been playing GTA 5? Have you played it more than one time? Yeah, don't book you in the Pride Division? Yeah, no. Yeah, the Gooner doesn't get booked in the Pride Division.
Are you guys ready?
Here comes Johnny freaking Rainbow. One of my faves. From Team Infinite Oni. A multiple-time champion is Johnny Rainbow. He, of course, has a special place in his heart, though, for the Pride Championship. Would love to wear it again. He's been Pride Champion before. But he's got to get through Roxanne Riley first, or vice versa. I mean, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. And then, of course, when it comes to the stream preview, again, we had the coldest bitch on the planet, January, officially challenged the Wolfman Alan Severn to a champion versus champion matchup. So they are going to be going toe-to-toe inside of a TWA lockdown. No championship on the line, of course. but it's Legends Champion versus Legends Champion for the very first time. So that too will be very interesting. Again, I mean,
this first round
so to speak, of course, January's like our China. China, of course, very infamously went to war with men all the time, Jeff Jarrett including. Won the Intercontinental Championship from Jeff Jarrett, actually. January is definitely capable of doing that very same thing. Mickie James, ain't a lesbian. Well, in the Trish storyline, I guess. Yeah, that's what I mean. I can see her swinging both ways. She might sneak into that Pride division just to win the belt. I'm excited for GTA 6, but it's going to be a long time before I can play it. I've played GTA 5 since 2021. Is that just because of the affordability aspect? Because I doubt it's going to be cheap. I doubt it will be cheap. It'll probably be around $130, $140 up here, I'm guessing. I am guessing. I don't know what the average game cost is there, though.
The best thing about a no disqualification match is
what's the average game cost? Oh, by the way, I actually had a... Well, they used to be a member of Twitch, not so much anymore. They just usually do all their content for YouTube now, but I had them message me today and asked me if I was interested in doing some commentating for a live wrestling show. And if I was, to let him know, because he's got some things in the works for the near future. But yeah, he reached out to me today, I believe it was. Let me just check.
This is just establishing dominance.
Oh, right to the chest. Are you kidding me? And she's beginning to look a little weary.
Yeah, it said, hey man, you ever been interested in doing commentary for a live wrestling show? I might have some future projects in the works for either later this year or early next.
He lets go of the hold, but
so later this year or early next.
What's going on in his mind right now, Michael?
So that's interesting.
Something beneath the ring.
Settling on the kendo stick. No good.
We'll be back on the broadcast booth another time, no problem. I mean, nobody's ever forced to join the broadcast booth. I can talk up a storm. I can talk up a storm. But yeah, so that's interesting. Well, what would you guys think if I went and did some commentary for a live wrestling show? It's definitely something I'd consider. You know? It's definitely something I'd consider. I mean, obviously it's going to be for an indie promotion, right? But that's okay. That would still be a lot of fun. It would still be a lot of fun, is what I was thinking. And if I mean, the problem is scheduling, right? It's hard for me to find time to do stuff like that because that would be a little bit time consuming, and I got to make sure I can afford to have time off to go do something like that. But
stepping up the pressure. Everything's falling his way right now.
But it's an option. It's apparently an option. How interesting is that?
Oh, here we go. That's it.
But yeah, could you guys imagine? What do you guys think about that?
Just when you think it's the end, she stays alive. What amazing resilience. Is this the start of a comeback?
That move has brought victory.
What would you think about that?
Might be time to think outside the box.
Oh, Roxanne kicked out. 2 count only. Johnny is setting her ass up though. Oh, look at this. Roxanne Riley with a counter and reversal.
To shift the momentum. Yeah, for the moment she has staved off potential disaster.
Ooh. Johnny put her right back down though.
She's failing to put up any resistance here.
Johnny put her right back down. Yeah, you guys will have to let me know what you think about that.
Dribbling the opponent's head like a basketball.
I just received the message today. So it's entirely possible that I could end up doing some commentary for a live wrestling show.
What does he have in mind now? Back into the ring here.
I thought it was a fascinating... I mean, that's not a message I expected to receive. Definitely not a message I expected to receive, but how cool would that be? I would definitely be uploading that shit to YouTube.
Boom! Good defense from him.
But again, it's one of those things I got to be able to find the time to do it. Make sure it's a feasible thing I can do as well. But it would be fun. I'm not gonna lie. That would be a lot of fun.
Schoolboy pinning combination. Oh, maybe not.
Ooh. Roxanne Riley looks like she is spent.
And now with the kendo stick in hand, he's ready to
oh, nice evasion. She just about got clocked with a kendo stick. Man, Roxanne Riley's doing well against Johnny Rainbow. Ooh, nice reversal. Nice hip toss by Johnny Rainbow.
You've got to wonder how much has been taken out of these superstars thus far.
And is there anything left?
I mean, she's given Johnny a run. I'll say that. I mean, it's not like Johnny is walking through Roxanne Riley here.
Absolutely no telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
The steel chair.
Oh, nailed it right between the eyes. Chair to the dome. Oh, and he's going to keep beating her with it. Wow, she got up. She got up after that shit? Wow. Must be an adrenaline rush or something. That's insane. 2 count for Roxanne Riley. A 2 count. Wow.
Unique submission being applied. This inverted Texas
oh, look at this. Texas Cloverleaf. Oh my God, she won. Good Lord. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and moving on to the semifinals of this TWA Pride Championship Gold Rush Tournament from Team Life is Great. It is Roxanne Riley moving on after a big win over Johnny freaking Rainbow. Holy crap. I mean, if there's anybody that'll be happy about that, it will definitely be Sir Jack. Or Exile Jack. Or Sir Jack the Great. Sir Jack the Greatest. I mean, it depends what he decides to call himself for the week. Either way, he'll probably be pretty excited about that. You know, of course, the Blades have history with Roxanne Riley. So, I'm sure they'll be cheering her on. But wow, what a huge win over Johnny Rainbow. Wow. Go Roxanne. But I mean, how spent is she though? I mean, Johnny beat the shit out of her. I mean, it was a tough match. And don't forget, damage retention is a real thing. This is a tournament done in 1 day. So you're bound to get battered, bruised, fatigued. But man, oh man, congratulations to Team Life is Great. Huge win over Johnny Rainbow from Team Infinite Oni. Wowzers. That is insane.
They just won a very important match.
I did not expect that. Although tournaments are unpredictable, aren't they? The strangest things and the coolest of things have all happened in tournaments we've had throughout our 6-year history. Crazy. All right, again, congratulations to Team Life is Great. Huge win for Roxanne Riley over Johnny freaking Rainbow. Wow. All right. Let's move on to our second matchup of the quarterfinals. Here we go. Next matchup at the quarterfinals, it is Piper Niven taking on Kyle Riley, a representative of the Wolfpack, one of the longest, actually I think they might be the longest reigning faction in TWA history. Certainly some of the most maniacal members that have ever stepped foot through the ropes and entered the squared circle here in TWA have always been aligned with or part of the Wolfpack. Kyle Riley, no exception. Also from Team Life is Great, though. Could you imagine if it came down to Kyle Riley versus Roxanne Riley? How fucked up would that be? Do you think Kyle would just hand her the match? Or do you think... I mean, you know, family likes to fight, I get that, but I mean, that's an interesting situation. But that is our next match. It is Piper Niven versus Kyle Riley from Team Life is Great to see who moves on to face Roxanne Riley in the semifinals. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. Oh, shit. I forgot to turn the entrances on. I forgot to turn the entrances on. That's okay, we'll fix that problem. At least I think I did. But that's okay, I'll just restart the match. I don't necessarily like to do things like that, but at least it's a tournament. At least it's a tournament. I'm almost positive, though. I think I forgot to turn them on. It's a quick fix, though. No problem. Video production issues, I tell you. Yep, sure did forget to turn the goddamn entrances on. Let's try this again, shall we? No, I did it again. Oh. Alright. Good lord. I can't believe I just did it again. I got trigger happy, I'm sorry. I blame Luke. I blame Mufasa, but, you know. Mufasa's had a busy day with biology. His mind is already frail after all that homework. Alright, let's get it right this time, shall we? Or shall I? I should say, I suppose. I don't like to blame myself, though. It's just weird. Alright, here we go. Third attempt. There we go. We got it. Or I got it. I'm gonna say we, though. I'm taking you all down with me. I'm dragging your asses down with me. But wow, what a great start to the tournament. I mean, that was a bit of a shocker. I actually, you know, I know Roxanne Riley's fantastic. She's, you know, tremendous. Been in the Blades. She's been in with the Blade family. Part of the Blade Runners. She's been a Wolfpack member. I mean, she has her, I mean, her ring IQ is fantastic. But I mean, Johnny Rainbow. I thought Johnny Rainbow for sure. I don't know, maybe Johnny Rainbow underestimated Roxanne Riley. There was a couple times I was surprised Roxanne Riley was able to, you know, counter and evade Johnny Rainbow, so maybe he didn't take her seriously. I don't know, but... Here we go. Piper Niven making her way to the squared circle. Now, what do you guys think? Piper Niven or Kyle Riley? I mean, after watching Johnny Rainbow versus Roxanne Riley, I'm up in the air now. I am up in the air now. Piper can be a tough customer. Just had a big win over Maxine Kitty not too long ago.
No more gimmicks, just Piper Niven. And all she wants to do is drop.
She's had a good start to season number 6, has Piper Niven.
I have my moments. Piper Niven looking to make a name for herself tonight.
All right, here we go. Waiting on Kyle Psychosis Riley.
The WWE Universe just exploded.
Here he comes. Always considered one of the baddest men on the planet. Kyle Riley from Team Life is Great. I can't help imagining if it comes down to Roxanne versus Kyle. Brother versus sister. To see who moves on to the championship final. It's kind of a crazy thought, but I mean, obviously it could happen. I mean, if Piper Niven can't beat Kyle Riley, then we're going to get Kyle Riley versus Roxanne Riley in the semifinals. It's just how it's going to go.
A man who elevates his game every week. He is competing at his highest level yet.
Showtime and go time for Team Life is Great. And I know Life is lurking around Discord, so eventually she'll find it that Kyle was in this tournament. She probably does not know. actually, now that I think about it. She's been... Wow! Right off the hop with a Spanish fly. That's insane. 1 count only.
Definitely looks in a hurry to finish things.
1 count only, but the fact is, a 1 count has already been had. Look at that! Whoa! The acrobatics. You forget about Kyle Riley's methods in the ring. He's very unorthodox. He's quick. He can high fly. He can go toe-to-toe with some of the best in the ring. He's got a lot of tools at his disposal. Nice hurricanrana. He is all over Piper Niven. All over Piper Niven. But at one point, Johnny Rainbow was all over Roxanne Riley, too. And look how that ended up. Roxanne Riley defeated Johnny Rainbow. Oh! Didn't knock him down, but caught him right in the shoulder. That looked like it hurt him a little bit there. Jeez. An inverted Frankensteiner from Kyle Riley. Good Lord, he's not playing games, that's for sure. Intergender match, first one of TWA history or not. Kyle Riley wants to end this quick. He wants to move on with a full gas tank. Yo! An Olympic slam. Shades of Kurt Angle there. 2 count. But Piper kicked out again. Although Piper's very resilient. She's fantastic in the ring herself. I was glad when she inked a contract with TWA. Other promotions, I didn't know, they weren't pushing or treating her right. Ooh! Big right hand. Right-hand return from Piper Niven. Barely even. Oh, that one caught him with an elbow. Piper trying to turn up the heat, but Kyle Riley fires right back. And another Spanish fly. Right in the middle of the ring. Kyle Riley. Wow. That was crazy.
Rising to a vulnerable position.
That was crazy. What's he looking for here? Oh, he's going for it unprettier. Oh, she might need some facial reconstructive surgery after that.
Oh man, this might be it.
That was a slow count. That was a slow-ass count.
Absolutely stunned. A display of near super.
That was crazy.
After seeing that, it's hard to imagine.
Was that not a slow count? I think that was a slow count.
Just dished out his most devastating offense, and you gotta be wondering if he's thinking one more time will be the charm.
Ooh, 2 count for Piper Niven. Wow. I noticed Kyle Riley keeps clutching that shoulder, too. I think he did injure it during that exchange with Piper Niven. She went to deliver a lariat, like a clothesline. Didn't seem like it really fizzled Riley too much, but he did get it right in the shoulder, though. Yo, Ace Hunter, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. You know, if you're ever available, you can always join the broadcast booth, Ace. You can always join the broadcast booth. That's always an option for you.
Nice job dodging contact there.
It's actually open right now. Although I don't know if I have you added on there to give you access to it. If not, we should change that. I currently have 9 matches on the Ascend to Glory match card, and they seem like bangers. Which the world champions will not be in action, but they will be watching the ladder matches. Nice. We're looking for contenders for those titles, I guess, eh? That's awesome. So you've got 9 matches for your card. I've got 14 for the Iron to Gold stream preview. So between the two of us, you know, our community is going to have some bangers for wrestling shows in the near future. Starting with today, actually, I mean, so far this tournament's been awesome. I was wondering how it might play out. Oh! How did she pull that top rope down to do that? I mean, that would take some... She's really strong. I gotta tell you. I mean, at the end of the day, those are wires in there, and she pulled that top rope all the way down and hit Kyle Riley with it. That was a little crazy.
We have seen such a physical match from these combatants, and the wear and tear.
Kyle Riley setting him up. Setting her up. I'm so used to saying setting him up.
Hoisted up.
Niven in big-time jeopardy.
Wow. She might be out cold. She might be. Why is this? I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be falls count anywhere. I don't know why. Oh! Kyle O'Reilly might have made a big mistake. He should have put her away. Should have put her away. Also got a 14-match card this weekend. I just need to finish the arena. I'm thinking it's Sunday. Nice. What's the name of your stream preview? I know Ascend to Glory is Mufasa's. What's yours called? I can't remember if you've said or not. These guys are taking a little breather here outside the ring, apparently. They're both a little fatigued. They don't want to continue the battle. What is going on here? Hell's Domain. Nice.
Basement drop kick.
Wow, Kyle O'Reilly was playing possum there. But again, Piper and Niven did not engage. A mistake. They just sat there and took a breather, the two of them. And that is it. That is all. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and moving on to the semi-finals from Team Life is Great. Representing the Wolfpack, it is Psychosis, Kyle O'Reilly. And ladies and gentlemen, our semi-final match number 1 is now going to be brother versus sister. Kyle O'Reilly versus Roxanne Riley. That's crazy. That is crazy. Can you believe that? I mean, I guess I can believe Kyle O'Reilly beat Piper Niven. But Piper, I mean, she did not back down. She took the fight to Psychosis Kyle O'Reilly here today. But anyways, Ace, I was saying earlier, I'm not even sure if anybody was listening at the time. Nobody really responded. But I got a message today from a friend of mine asking if I'd be interested in doing some commentary for a live wrestling show. Now, it would be later this year or early next year. But yeah, I got a message today. Certainly not something I expected to get, that's for sure. I was more than shocked when I saw the message. The only thing for me is it's going to be finding the time to do so, because it's got to be feasible, because I'd have to take probably a little time off work. So we'd have to see how that played out as well. But I got to tell you, it's very intriguing. It's very intriguing. I'm definitely interested. Definitely interested. But yeah, nobody really responded, so I'm not even sure if anybody heard that earlier or not. I know people here lurking, watching. They might have the volume turned down and not know what's going on, but yeah. The host of the most must-see show on Twitch and YouTube TV was offered an opportunity to do commentary for a live wrestling show. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll definitely be keeping everybody well informed. Alright, so congratulations again to Team Life is Great. Team Life is Great won the first 2 matches of the damn tournament. And now it's brother versus sister in the semi-final. Infinite Oni's in the house. I have arrived, but cooking dinner, having hot dogs. Nice. What are you having with the hot dogs? What are you having with the hot dogs? And are they just plain hot dogs, or are they flavored, or do you perhaps flavor them with a little barbecue sauce or something of that nature? Chili. Nice. Chili dogs. Are you putting cheese on top? I like to put cheese on. Not everybody does, but... So, Infinite Oni, I was just saying to everybody, again, I'm not sure who's been listening and who's not. I know sometimes, especially on YouTube, people turn the volume down, might not necessarily know what's going on, but I got a message today from a friend of mine. He actually does, he used to do some content on Twitch, but he mostly sticks to putting his content out on YouTube. But today he sent me a message. He said, hey, would you be interested in doing some commentary for a live wrestling show. I've got some things in the works. It'd be later this year or early next year. That's a message I got today. So I'm definitely intrigued, obviously. I'm definitely intrigued. You heard, I've done production tech and ring announce for live wrestling shows. Fantastic. See, I haven't done anything for any live wrestling shows. I've always wanted to. I'm definitely going to look into it to see if it's... Because for me, like I said earlier, it's got to be feasible, because I'd probably have to take time off work, I'm sure. So I got to make sure that... Or if it falls on days off, that'd be perfection, but what's the likelihood of that? But it's something I'm going to look into. I'm definitely intrigued, to say the least. I'm intrigued, I'm interested, and I think it would be a lot of fun. And it's, of course, something I would make sure was recorded and we could upload to our YouTube channel. Or depending on the length of it, I could upload it to Twitch even. But yeah, I mean, I'll keep everybody well in the loop so you all know what's going on, but it's apparently a discussion that's going to take place. But here we go. It is Poindexter, a.k.a. Professor Pollux from Team Froggy Mothlegs, taking on Tegan Knox in our next matchup in the quarterfinals. Let's see who's going to move on to the semifinals first in the second leg, shall we? Let's keep this bitch running. Keep the ball rolling. Keep the action flowing. Working wrestling is fun, yeah. Yeah, I think it would be. I mean, again, I haven't personally actually had the opportunity to work for a live wrestling promotion, but the option is there, and I'm intrigued. I am interested, so I will definitely look into it a little further. I'll definitely look into it a little further. I was actually just messaging him back. Because I was honest, I said, you know, I mean, finding the time is a whole other issue these days, but I said, we will talk for sure, I'm intrigued.
Things are about to
so I'll, of course, I'll let everybody know what's going on with that, and when it's going to be. Again, it's not something that's going to happen until at least later this year, was what the message said. Possibly early next year. And here comes Professor Pollux, a.k.a. Poindexter. Multiple-time champion, tag team champion, Legends champion, one champion, long-time member of the Wolfpack. Again, from Team Froggy Mothlegs. You worked a local promotion and met some big talent like Rob Conway, Eric Young, Teddy Long, the Tate Twins, and the Velveteen Dream, and he was a dick. Yeah, I've heard he's a dick. I've heard that. You really have to look into stuff like that because sometimes it's a scam. Yeah, well, this is actually a good friend of mine. Actually, he just happens to be big into creating content and does a lot of stuff on YouTube. So it's not somebody that I'm worried about scamming me. But I'm going to be looking into it either way. We're going to have a discussion about it. Because again, I got to make sure it's something I'm capable of doing without interfering with bill paying and other such things, right? It's all about the adulting with times as crazy as they are. But if it's a feasible thing and I have the time to do it, I would love to do it. I think it'd be fun. And again, I would make sure it was uploaded to YouTube. And depending on the length, again, we could upload to Twitch. Because they allow for certain length uploads on there as well and hold them for a period of time. So we'll see what happens. But it's very interesting that I even received the message to begin with. And I'm certainly intrigued. Oni, I don't know what you're up to other than cooking hot dogs, but if you want to join the broadcast booth, feel free. It's open. It is definitely open. That goes for anybody else that has access who wants to join. Luke is incapable of joining the broadcast booth today because he's busy at the shrine. He's still upset that Team Arsenal was beat out of the Championship League, so he's been busy mutilating himself over and over to try and get some pheromones going and try to get a little happiness going back in his life. So he's been all over himself at the shrine. You're eating. Oh yeah, that makes sense. If you're going to have hot dogs, you know, chili dogs to be exact. He's having chili dogs. That sounds very good, actually. Although I believe when the wife gets home, we're having steak and potatoes, I think. I believe is her plan. Team Arsenal lost, and it's Michelle McCool's fault. Oh, God. You're gonna try to get Luke all riled up. You're gonna take Granola's place for the day. You're gonna take Granola's place for the day.
Showing that she really knows how to get aggressive, vicious even. Yeah, Knox proved the old adage that it's all about the size of the fight in the dog.
Kraken Skulls might join us at some point. He's busy taking care of his wife right now. She actually underwent an operation this morning. But he definitely wants to... he definitely wants to partake if he can. But, of course, the well-being of his wife is going to come far before we are. As one would assume and hope would be the case. Alright, here we go. Poindexter versus Tegan Knox. And look at Tegan go. Look at this! Wow, she's all over Dex. What is even going on today? Some crazy stuff going on today. I mean, who would ever thought we'd have Roxanne Roddy versus Kyle Roddy in a matchup? Much less for it to be the semi-finals of a Gold Rush tournament.
It's incredible, the inventiveness we are seeing.
Piper Niven was unable, however, to defeat Kyle Riley, so she did not move on as Roxanne Riley did.
Got him in the corner now.
At least you know the guy because there's a lot of YouTube videos of those who have been scammed by... Yeah, I mean, of course, that stuff definitely exists and happened. Looking forward to January versus Alan Severn. Yeah, that's going to be our tone setter for Iron to Gold, actually. That's going to be our tone setter for Iron to Gold. Legends Champion versus Legends Champion for the very first time. It's going to be a big match. I'm excited. I can't wait. Cannot wait. Man, oh man, Tegan Knox all over Dex. Oh, nice reversal by Dex. Another reversal by Tegan Knox. Wow. Tegan's doing well in there. Well, right now, actually, she's getting her ass whipped, but Michelle McCool keeps winning in LCW. Try to troll you. That's exactly what she's trying to do because she knows when it comes to her fan base, you're not one of the McCool fans.
She can still turn it around by taking this fight wherever she wants it. Middle rope.
I was never a huge Michelle McCool fan, but I do respect what she did. And I really liked Lay Cool. I really liked Lay Cool. I thought they were hilarious together, and they had some great tag team matchups, not to mention. I thought they were a great tag team.
Powerbomb position.
But yeah.
Punches and counters out.
You prefer Layla? I mean, I like both. But yeah, I thought Layla... I can't disagree, Oni, because I actually believe Layla was the better wrestler. I mean, don't get me wrong, Michelle was good, right? And she's a big girl, too, not to mention, right? She was in great shape. Jesus Christ. But I mean, I think that Layla was the better wrestler. I mean, I can't argue with that either. Not that Michelle's not a pretty girl, but yeah, no, Layla's... Yeah. I like her, yeah, I never used to. Sorry, are you talking about Layla, or are you talking about Michelle McCool? Or maybe you're talking about Charlotte Flair. You're a big Charlotte Flair fan now.
on the outside.
That's what Oni and I heard. You're secretly a Charlotte Flair fan. You're actually building a shrine to Charlotte right beside Mickey's. That's a little sacrilege, I think. I don't know what Mickey's going to think about that. But I mean, whatever. I mean, whatever works. You're going to have to learn to get used to being double-fisted. That's for sure. It's a lot of extra work. That is a lot of extra work. Holy shit.
Kicking out before the count.
One count only. Dex kicks out.
Not down and out yet.
But I got to tell you, Tegan Knox is doing fantastic in there. Fantastic. Oh! Just barely caught him. Nailed him with that one, though. Right in the rib cage. Little insult to injury. Little soul food for Poindexter. Not the soul food he wants, though. I thought Layla got better towards the end when paired with... Yeah. Yeah, I mean... I thought she was always fairly good, but you're not wrong. She got really good the longer that... Especially the longer that pairing continued. They brought the best... I thought Michelle McCool was also better because of Layla. I thought the two complemented one another well. I thought they worked together well. The chemistry was fantastic, and that's what made Lay Cool fun. Well, not to mention they were good, right? It was easy to watch their matches because they were good and entertaining all at the same time. But Layla definitely was the better of the two, I think.
Both absolutely drained, but both refusing to give up.
See, I think Layla was the better wrestler. I think Layla was a better wrestler. But again, Michelle McCool kind of got better as things went along too, though. Like, she improved and even added some moves to her repertoire. You didn't like Lay Cool because of the whole fat storyline with Mick? Yeah, I mean, that bothered... You know what? That storyline actually bothered a lot of people. I thought it was gross simply because even... You know, that was earlier on, but I mean, Nikki had done a lot for the business, and I don't think she deserved a storyline like that. You know, I don't think she should have even been involved with a storyline like that. You know, you don't want to shame anybody. You know, I understand it's entertainment and TV, but why Mickie James though? It didn't make sense to me. It was a stupid storyline, and I'll be honest, I literally stopped paying attention to most of what was going on because of that. I just did not enjoy it at all. I did not enjoy it at all. I thought it was distasteful, to be fair. Jesus Christ, Tegan Knox is really giving Dex a run for his money here. Oh, she got a chair. Look out, Dex. Oh, got into the way just in time. He rolled out of the way, his foot hit that chair. Tried to body slam Dex, that didn't work out for her though. Oh, look at this. Crossface chicken wing.
It's locked in, the crossface chicken wing. Not a position, that's it.
And that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the match, and moving on to the semifinals of this TWA Pride Championship Gold Rush Tournament from Team Froggy Legs. It is Professor Pollux, a.k.a. Poindexter from the Wolfpack. Moving on. But man, oh man, did Tegan Knox ever give it her all. Tegan Knox gave it her all. Wow. Did anybody watch Boss Apollo's show last night? So Boss Apollo officially took over TAW. And I even created a brand new arena. So Boss is working with some new tools. But he had his very first show. I don't know what happened in the main event, though. I passed out. I was there, but then I fell asleep. Not because it wasn't a good show. I was really tired. I had worked all day yesterday, and I had been having an issue with my back, and it just really got to me by the end of the night, so I can't stand it either. Vince came up with that storyline. Oh, of course, we knew that. You know, stupid shit like that always amused Vince. You know what I mean? We all know there's something wrong with Vince McMahon. I kind of wish Glenn would give me WCW. I mean, technically speaking, WCW doesn't exist anymore. Technically speaking. All right, congratulations to Team Froggy Mothlegs Poindexter, a.k.a. Professor Pollux, the first member of the second leg of the tournament to move on to the semifinals. Let's find out who's going to join them. That was a great match, though. Tegan Knox was phenomenal. I actually thought Tegan was going to win. Did anybody else think Tegan was going to win that? I did. Glenn owns the rights, I believe, yeah. Well, technically, the Wolfman, Alan Severn, and War the Machine. But, I mean, Glenn, he you know, he makes it look like everything is his doing and his involvement with things. Severn and War the Machine, believe it or not, geniuses in the business. It's kind of crazy. All right, here we go. Last matchup in the quarterfinals. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match will move on to face Professor Pollux, a.k.a. Poindexter, in the semifinals. Maxine Kitty from Team Honeybee Wrestling taking on Elton Prince. That is next. Here we go. Time to rock and roll. What do you guys think, Maxine Kitty or Elton Prince? You know what? I'm gonna go with Maxine Kitty here. I'm gonna go with Maxine Kitty. She has looked very impressive. She's 1-2 in the beginning of her career, but she's still been very impressive in that ring. And even the losses, she still went out looking like a champ, a future champ. So I'm interested and intrigued when it comes to the career and the future of Maxine Kitty. But that is our next match. Maxine Kitty, again from Team Honeybee Wrestling, taking on Elton Prince. Representing, of course, Pretty Deadly, which consists of Johnny freaking Rainbow, Elton Prince, and Kit Wilson. You're Elton, yeah. That's right. Elton Prince is, of course, managed by Team Infinitoni. We can't forget to mention that. God damn it, Oni, are you done eating yet? Get your ass on this broadcast booth. Everybody wants you to serenade them with your beautiful voice. They want you to serenade them with your beautiful voice. Maxine Kitty, ladies and gentlemen. Team, if we haven't even touched Joe Link's match recaps and highlights yet. That happens sometimes, though, you know. You've got lots to talk about, things to discuss, so you don't always... And that's not a bad thing, you know. That's not a bad thing. It's good to have things to discuss. One half of the TWA World Tag Team Champion, Pretty Deadly. They'll, of course, be defending those Tag Team Championships at the Iron to Gold stream preview, which is our next live show. I mean it this time. I know I said that last time. But I had a strange idea in my head that I would run the Iron to Gold stream preview today. It's a Thursday. Probably not the best of days, and people were busy today, so we want to make sure as many people that are able to attend, because again, it's one of our big four, used to be 3. Again, we're going into our 5th annual TWA Bash at the Beach next month. October will be our 5th annual TWA Halloween Havoc. And of course, in December marks our 5th annual TWA Slammiversary. This will be our first annual TWA Iron to Gold. The only other annual show we actually have is Weird Behavior, but we've never really considered that one of our big stream previews. Iron to Gold is now going to be our 4th big stream preview for the year. We have a big 4, and that is it. One of Johnny's signatures need changing. You know what moves? Yeah, I can figure that out for you. I'll make sure that gets done. Roxanne Riley beat Johnny Rainbow in the first match of the quarterfinals. I know you haven't seen it yet. It was a great match. It was crazy. I thought for sure Johnny was winning, but I think he underestimated Roxanne Riley, because Roxanne Riley was able to get out of a few maneuvers that other people don't. You know what I mean? There was just some transitions that looked a little weird. It's like he didn't want to actually beat Roxanne Riley. But Mayhem is Saturday, that's right. That's right.
More devastating than the last. Elbow drop to the knee.
But yeah, I mean, it was a great match. It's been an interesting tournament period. I didn't really know what to expect. Because again, it's our very first intergender Gold Rush tournament. Oh, look at this. Crossface locked in tight by Maxine Kitty. Elton Prince was able to get out, though. Life happens, yeah. Johnny Rainbow will move on. Again, it's like he didn't take the match. Wait till you watch it. You'll see just in his movements and some of the transitionary periods during exchanges. You'll see what I mean. It's like Johnny wasn't as interested to be in that match as he normally would be. It just seemed like he was overcautious, and there was just some strange happenings. But Roxanne Riley is very impressive, though, so I don't want to take too much away from Team Life is Great and Roxanne Riley. Of course, Roxanne Riley is a longtime member of the TWA promotion. She's been successful everywhere she's went. She was successful with the Blade Runners. She was successful as part of the Wolfpack Gals, which of course she once again is a part of. So yeah, I don't want to take too much away. It's hard for me because I'm biased when it comes to Johnny Rainbow. And I just feel like he did not give it his all against Roxanne Riley. Can't say the same in return, though. Roxanne looked like a savage in there. Elton Prince looking to put away Maxine Kitty here. Wow, she's getting right back up. Not even going to give him the opportunity. Nice! Wow. Nice block and reversal. Oh, she got caught. She got caught. I don't know if she was going to go for a cutter there or what she was going for, but Elton Prince was not having any of that. Been watching a lot of WCW stuff. Yeah, well, I mean, WCW was a great promotion. I mean, at times. You know, there was some great pre-Nitro WCW shows, too. When it was just world-class, or sorry, when it was just World Championship Wrestling. Because they were on TV before Nitro existed. They just weren't on TV in such a broad, with such a broad audience, with a network like they had for WCW Nitro. Better than AEW. Well, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. But I mean, it was also full of, you know, WWF wrestlers. I mean, plus WCW did have some good wrestlers in their own right. In addition to that, so you put the two together, it was a great formula. Plus, when WCW Nitro came into existence, it was like the perfect opportunity and moment for a rival company. You know what I mean? Those won't happen very often in life. AEW definitely doesn't have that same advantage. But yeah, I agree, Luke. I agree with you and Oni both. Leaps and bounds.
These two athletes exchanging blows.
Leaps and bounds.
Elbows now over and over again.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, I still blame Tony Khan. Oh my God!
Prince is in the worst way now.
Did you see that? Maxine Kitty looking for a pinfall here. Oh, that was close. That was like 2.5. That was 2.5. I see AEW as a weird spin-off, yeah. I was enjoying Will Ospreay's comments. I mean, I realize he works for Tony Khan. But some of the things he said, wow, Maxine Kitty planted him head first again. And that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match. And moving on to the semifinals to face Professor Pollux. Representing Team Honeybee Wrestling, it is Maxine Kitty. Lost to a pussy. Not a great day for Pretty Deadly in this tournament, that's for sure. Not a great day for Pretty Deadly. Great day for Maxine Kitty. Roxanne Riley. Not so much anybody else. But I mean, how interesting is it that we're going to see a brother versus sister matchup here now? The first match of the semifinals, don't forget, is Roxanne Riley versus Kyle Riley. And then, of course, we'll have Maxine Kitty versus Poindexter. The question really here is, though, out of the four, who's got the biggest gas tanks left? Because damage retention is a real thing, right? You take abuse, you get battered and bruised and tired during your first round of matchups, and then you got to get right back out there and try to compete in the semifinals. So anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. Anything can and will happen. NWO, best faction, fuck the Wolfpack. That's a horrible faction. I did like the Wolfpack a little bit. The WCW version, yeah, well, I mean, the WCW version of the NWO is the only version, in my opinion. The bastardized attempt at resurrecting it in WWE was epically ghastly, and they handled it all wrong. But anyways, I like DX better than the Wolfpack. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I did too. The Wolfpack was just like, I mean, you knew, especially once the NWO reached level 50 billion as far as how many people were involved in the goddamn stable and faction, you knew eventually that Nash and Hall were going to break away from Hogan. That wasn't going to be something that lasted forever. And but the fact that they went with NWO Red and Black, you know, just called themselves the Wolfpack, yeah, I don't know. Booker T, greatest member. All right, so congratulations to Team Honeybee Wrestling. We're moving on to the semi-finals, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Here we go. So here we go. First matchup of the semi-finals. Let's take a quick look again what happened in the quarterfinals. We had Roxanne Riley taking out Johnny freaking Rainbow. And, of course, Psycho's Kyle Riley took out Piper Niven. Second leg of the Gold Rush tournament, Professor Pollux and Tegan Knox had one hell of a battle, but it was Professor Pollux to come out on top. And we just all watched Maxine Kitty take out Elton Prince to move on to fill that final slot, and she faces Poindexter in the second match of the semifinals. So let's keep things rolling, shall we? We shall. We will. We are. All of those things. So here we go. Brother versus sister. It is Roxanne Riley versus Psychosis Kyle Riley. It is a family feud, if you will. Let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. We are just around the corner from crowning our inaugural TWA Pride Champion for Season 6. Alright, while these guys make their way to the ring, I know there's nobody on the broadcast booth with me at the moment, but I won't be that long anyways. I'm just going to run and grab myself a beverage real quick. My throat's getting a little dry, but I'll do that while they're making their way to the ring. I did remember entrances, don't worry, before anybody says anything. We are good to go. Let's keep the conversation going, though, in the chat room. It is an interesting conversation. I'm enjoying it, and had good people. Nash, Sting, Luger, Conan. Yeah, it did, yeah, absolutely. All right, but I'll be right back. I'm just grabbing a beverage. BRB.
The following contest will be a championship tournament semifinals match. Making her way to the ring from the Garden of Eden, the Legend Killer, Roxanne Riley.
Matches like these, with talent of this caliber, this is why sports entertainment is an art form. Such an incredible journey for this woman, but she knows a win tonight will take her even further.
John Cena have we seen a superstar as resilient and perseverant as this one right here.
I could not agree more. Give me a break. Cena may never give up, but you two never give up when it comes to hyperbole. He's in perhaps the best physical condition of his life. He knows what it takes to reach the top here in WWE. And of all the possible matchups in this tournament, I'd say we've got one of the best in front of us right now. I'll admit, I've had my fingers crossed it would work out this way. This one has real show-stealing potential. Going to the top rope. What's his plan? Take off! Beautiful! Shoulders down. Is this it? 3, no! I didn't think we'd see a kick out there. Kicks to the face. Capped off with a big one.
Went for the springboard and missed. No idea where this one's heading.
Oh boy. Kendo stick in hand. Nefarious look in her eyes.
No DQ means no rules and no mercy. But do some superstars take it too far?
If you ask me, you can never go too far. That's the whole
All
point.
right, I have
This is a
returned.
chance for these superstars to
What have I
show
missed?
just
Oh,
how
look at this.
far
Roxanne
they can
going
be
down
in a
on
match.
Kyle Riley here.
And the truth
Has the
is,
whole match been like this? Yo, Jesus Christ. Holy fuck, you scared the crap out of me. What the hell is wrong with you? I wasn't here to see you jump on, so I did not know you were lurking. How dare you, sir? I mean, I am an aging gentleman. What if I could have died right there? I could have went into, like, cardiac arrest. I mean, you could have given me a stroke. There was possibilities there.
I'm probably as old as you.
Climbing to the top rope here.
I mean, maybe. Are we admitting our age on air, or are we just going to skip by that?
No, I'm not
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say
don't,
on air.
yeah.
I mean, I don't give a shit if people know how old I am.
I think
but,
I remember.
I'm
I know
not-
you're 40 at least, but
I'm in that area. I'm in that range.
yeah, I know. And you just had a birthday like not too long ago, so
That was back in
inverted Texas cloverleaf.
January.
This is grueling.
yeah. Well, that was not that long ago. This only May.
Not sure what she's got planned.
Don't be like Luke. It was not that long ago. Luke is a big Charlotte Flair fan now.
Disrupts the attack.
Is what I'm hearing. That's the rumor going around. He's a big Charlotte Flair flan.
That's what I hear.
He's a flan.
Outside she goes. What's her
It reminds
plan
me
here?
of like the show Friends when Phoebe's
She's
talking
getting
about the
something from under
phalange.
the ring.
Well, everyone should like Charlotte Flair. She has literally earned everything.
She has.
Her last name had nothing to do with it. She was never just handed
I mean,
opportunities.
maybe in the very beginning to get into the business, but she far surpassed that a long time ago. Far surpassed that long. And I don't care what anybody says. I also believe, I honestly believe, she became a better wrestler than her father too. Don't get me wrong, Flair was a great technical wrestler. He had some absolutely fantastic matches with so many great people like Hardy Race and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and the list goes on. But he never had the same capabilities and athleticism that Charlotte does. I mean, she is so versatile. Her in-ring knowledge, I mean, she's grown over time too. Holy shit! Wow! Look at that! Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and moving on to the championship final. Well, they are both from Team Life is Great, but Roxanne Riley from the Wolfpack picks up a huge win over her brother Kyle and is going with the right to fight for the Pride Championship. Holy hell. That's 2 matches I did not see coming. Roxanne Riley's a destroyer today. Holy shit. Congratulations to Team Life is Great. I guess it's kind of bittersweet for Life at this point. I'm
She would
guessing.
have won either way.
That's insane. Yeah, exactly. She had a 50-50 shot at winning. Yeah, she had a 50-50
No, she had a
shot.
100% chance at winning.
yeah.
Life is both.
Good point. She's both. She's manager to both wrestlers. That's right. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. 50% when they're both her wrestlers.
That's some bad Steiner math.
That's some terrible Steiner math. Steiner math might actually be better than that. That's worse than woman math. It is worse than women's math. You know, when they're trying to trick us with shit to get what they want, and they come up with all these numbers, and by the end of the time they're done talking, you're like, okay. You just agree because you don't know what the fuck they were talking about, but you don't want to make it look like you weren't listening to your wife because, you know, they know where you sleep, and they can kill you. And in many places, they could even, depending on what's happening in life, they could even get away with that shit. But, yeah, so we're not...
Being nice.
You're being nice?
But January could technically compete in the Pride division.
I thought so, but I didn't want to just book her because you specifically said... No, I know.
Yeah,
I know the history.
I'm not saying do it, but I'm just saying with her relationship with Queen Dust.
I'll be honest. That's true. Not just Queen Dust either, historically speaking. But
what?
Queen Dust wouldn't be her.
Has she been with?
Well, not with, but had interest in. Did she not have another interest?
January has only really so January hasn't really had much of a romance line.
No, but she's had
only really been with Queen Dust. Ultraviolet, he's a man whore.
Well, this we know. But I thought January had, like, I don't think she, you know, obviously ever dated anybody, but I thought she had
take that back. So she was with Svetlana Vodroska at one time.
Ah, thank you. I couldn't remember the name. Couldn't remember.
That was in a different universe.
That's true, too.
I had, and I made that non-canon in NPW.
That is true, too.
Yeah, she was with Svetlana.
I mean, I really wanted to actually put January in the tournament, but I wasn't sure if she... Because, again, you know, you got together with January, you guys discussed, and the option was for her to be pretty much strictly to the Legends division and the Underground division, but
I just thought of an idea.
But January in intergender matches is intriguing.
How would you feel about a Pride tag division?
A Pride tag team division? That's interesting. Can we do that? Yeah, we can.
It's your show. You can do whatever you want. It's our show. It's a community show. We do whatever we want.
Or if people thought that would be more interesting, we could literally make the Pride division a tag team affair as opposed to a singles...
I mean, think about what Pride means in the first place, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we could have a tag team...
I can imagine January and Queen Dust as a team.
Because we may not... Yeah, no, that'd be wicked. And the competition would be fierce.
There you go.
So that's interesting. We should put up a poll. So, because we did the same thing for the intergender piece too, as well, right? We wanted to see who thought it'd be cool to make the Pride division an intergender division. Well, instead of just being, and I know we're having a tournament right now, but that doesn't mean, that just means we have an inaugural champion. So the inaugural champion will choose a partner, and it becomes a tag team affair. Is what we could do there, right?
Yeah, that's if it, you know, it's unanimous with all that. But I just thought it would be a great suggestion.
I think it's not a terrible idea at all. I think that would be fun. I think it would be more interesting than just a regular singles competition division. I do. I think it's a fantastic idea.
I think Ace is on board.
Yeah, I mean, I think there'll be a lot of people on board because I think it's genius. Because I mean, you guaranteed you're going to see Kyle and Roxanne team up. Wolfpack member and Wolfpack gal member teaming up for the Pride division. So, but who would January partner with?
Queen Dust.
Oh, I guess so. We're still waiting for Queen Dust. She keeps postponing her contract signing.
There may be a way to get Queen Dust to you.
That would be fantastic because, you know, she doesn't listen well to those outside her camp. So it's been a real issue.
Did me a solid
Last I checked, she was in Hawaii. We're not in Hawaii, so we need her here.
That may very well be possible.
And also, apparently, now I don't know if he's talking about Moondust or somebody different, but Moonraider had said that Queen Dust would not be returning for Season 6 alone.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming Moondust, but I mean, we were kind of all expecting Moondust, so I don't know if that's it. Maybe there's somebody different that we're not aware of. I don't know.
An alternative, if not Queen Dust.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
It's not going to be B. Jackson.
Pride as a tag division would be.
I would like that to
would
be.
go hard. Yeah, I totally agree with that comment, Ace. I totally agree with that comment. I actually think it would be a better division than just keeping it an intergender division. Like, this is the very first time we've ever done an intergender tournament, much less a division. Or a division that worked for us anyways. You know, we did try to get intergender tag team matches going in the past, but things, you know, politically and whatever, they just didn't work out. Now, everything is a for sure fire go, right? We're capable of doing so much more. So, I agree. I really think that it would be better as a tag team division.
Ooh. Are Hall of Famers, WWE Hall of Famers, eligible to be in the Archiverse?
What do you mean, like the Undertaker?
Like, if they're in the WWE Hall of Fame, and I wanted to claim someone...
for the Legends division, yeah.
Okay, well, I already know someone.
Okay. We'll have to...
perfect for this game.
Excellent. That sounds like fun.
Andy the King Kaufman.
Oh, wow! Wow, Andy Kaufman. That'd be kind of fun. And Andy Kaufman, he's been in intergender wrestling for years, so he might even partake in the...
That's what he's known for.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So I think he would be...
against Jerry the King Lawler.
Yep. By the way, what do you think of the new Pride Championship? I took my time
I like it.
Yeah, I took my time and tried to come up with something different than normal. Like, I didn't want it to be... I liked the last one, don't get me wrong, it was nice, but I don't know. I just wanted something different and that really said, I'm a Pride Championship. So...
Didn't really do the whole butterfly...
No, I know. I mean, I liked it initially, but then I thought, you know, just because you're part of the Pride division doesn't mean you like butterflies. You know what I mean?
See, I was going to try to make my own. I tried to use the heart design, but I just couldn't get it to look right.
Right, yeah.
I liked yours better. I'm like, okay, this is something Archer can do better than me.
All right, well, while we continue this discussion, we may as well get the final match of the semifinals underway. It is Professor Pollux, a.k.a. Poindexter from Team Froggy Moth Legs, taking on Maxine Kitty, who just took out Elton Prince to join the fight for the right to go on to fight for that TWA Pride Championship. But here we go. Who is going to move on to the championship final to go toe-to-toe with Roxanne Rod? Is it going to be Poindexter or Maxine Kitty? We're going to find out right now.
Well, if it goes as this tournament has been going, it's going to be Poindexter.
You think? You think Maxine's probably tired out?
The way the tournament's been going, it's been... Every match has been intergender. Every match.
It has, yeah. Well, initially I thought I was going to
Poindexter will probably beat her, and then the finals will be intergender.
Initially, now, when I was talking...
I could be wrong. And Maxine Kitty could pull this off.
Say that again.
I'm just saying, by the way of how the tournament's
going. Yeah, okay. For some reason, I was expecting you to say something else, and then we had like an awkward silence there for a moment. I was like, wait, am I on the broadcast with Luke?
No. You're still yeah, I just had a pause.
Yeah.
We are about to see something.
But I was confused by the pause. All right, here we go.
I was trying to think of something. And...
Maxine Kitty versus Professor Pollux.
Speaking of kitties, I got mine next to me. One of them, at least.
Is it white? Is it a white cat?
No, it's a ginger.
Is it?
It's an orange tabby.
Oh, cool. At least you call it the right thing. A lot of people just say, well, I have a tabby. Well, that's nice. What kind of tabby? Every cat breed has a tabby cat. A tabby, the tabby name, just describes the pattern of the fur. doesn't tell me anything about what breed the fucking cat is. I hate when people say that.
I don't know the breed of the cat.
No, but at least you said it was an orange tabby, so you knew enough to say...
Yeah, it's a female orange tabby.
And guys, this looks to be
a lot of people would say, oh, I got a tabby. Oh, cool.
But yeah, if you want to know what she looks like, look on my Facebook. I posted pictures not long ago.
Oh, okay, I'll check that out. I will check that out. Did you watch TWA Underground yet?
I think I saw part of it.
It was solid. Great show. Great show. I mean, for some reason, there was a large percentage of people that normally get notifications for the show that didn't. Because I know you were one of them. Because you were surprised as fuck when I messaged you the VOD. You're like, what the hell?
I'm very confused right now.
You're confused?
Okay, is Poindexter Bruno Mars trying to act like Ben Balor?
I mean, who knows? It is Poindexter. I mean, he's been Bat Dex, 2 Dex. I mean, who knows what he's up to? I stopped paying attention because it just feeds his ego, and he'll just do more shit. If I say something about his... Right? If I say anything about his attire, next week he'll come out, I don't know, as Big Bird or some shit. And I'm just letting it go. I'm letting it go. Because I thought, you know... I mean, I agree with Infinite Oni a lot. That's all I'm going to say about that.
But it kind of has that noir aesthetic in a way.
Yeah, it does. I don't know what he's going for.
Now, if he had like a brown trench coat or something... I don't know. Actually, kind of looks like Judge Doom.
A little bit. He does look a little bit like Judge Doom. Yeah. Speaking of characters,
kill Roger Rabbit.
And this has nothing to do with anything we've talked about all day. But
no,
are you?
No. I
no,
go
I'm talking.
Everywhere.
No, I meant what I was going to ask next. It literally is not related to anything that we've been doing today.
Okay.
But are you excited at all for the new Superman movie?
No.
I'm up in the air.
I have nothing against it, but like, I very rarely get excited for movies anymore.
Yeah, they ruin a lot of movies. They hype them up, and then the next thing you know, the best parts of the movies were in the trailer. Or something to that effect. But I'm afraid they're trying to do too much with this new Superman movie. I think if they were going to reintroduce Superman, and I agree with the fact they didn't need to do a new origin story, but maybe they could revisit that later somehow with a prequel or something, because if you're going to reboot a character, you should also introduce the new age and the new generation to how he became a thing. But they can always do that later. Yeah. So it's neither here nor there. But it wasn't important to do an origin story right away, and I'm fine with that. But they should have centered it around Superman and his longtime rivalry with Lex Luthor, and then stemmed off to other things later. But here, no, they're not doing that. They're here doing what they all. When Zack Snyder was doing Justice League, it's too early for Justice League. Well, at least that motherfucker had 2 movies on the go before he did Justice League. They're doing it right from the get-go, basically. It's not going to be the Justice League. But have you seen, if you watch the trailer, you got Guy Gardner in there, you've got, what's his name? Is it Hawkman? I believe you got Mr. Fantastic. I mean, there's going to be so many characters. Supergirl. I mean, they've got like basically they've got basically like, I don't know what kind of kaiju monster it is, but they've got one of those in there. They've got there's a lot going on, and I just think they're trying to do too much right off the hop, and apparently the movie's only 2 hours, so I don't even know how they're going to fit all that in appropriately or properly. And here's the other thing, and this is a minor thing, and people always say things like, oh, it's a minor thing. I don't know if anybody knows these days what Knight Rider is. I love Knight Rider, the original Knight Rider. Fantastic show, but when they revived Knight Rider, it wasn't the show that got it canceled. People were so pissed at what they did with Kit that they refused to watch it, and it immediately lost ratings right off the hop. I mean, Kit was turning into a van. He was basically the Gadget-Mobile or a Transformer. It was stupid. first and foremost. But the worst part of the whole thing is they changed from being a Pontiac Trans Am to a Ford Mustang. You know, I mean, it's just like, what? So they did something really stupid, right?
Well,
that very same thing could happen here. Just, you know.
Oddly enough, and I have to admit it, if it's the same series I'm thinking of, it's technically canon to the original series.
She's choosing to leave the ring now.
Because Michael Knight was the main character's father.
Cracking the kendo stick across
Yeah.
the head.
And he had the Trans Am, and I get that, but it's still weird. They could have used a modern Trans Am, but ultimately, that was enough to kill the show. A problem I have with the new Superman movie, and some people will agree, some people won't, but the suit is awful.
Hard landing.
It looks like they ordered that shit on Temu. Like, why is Superman wearing jammies? And why did they go back to red trunks? I mean, the red trunks are from a long bygone time period where that made sense. Because strong men were always pictured wearing tights and rings back in those days, whether it be wrestling or boxing or anything else. That's strong men were depicted as people wearing trunks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's
Superman, He-Man.
right? Yeah. So it's like, what did you just do? And you know what they did the other day? They actually showed a picture of what the character would look like without the red trunks. And although I still don't like the suit, it looked better without the red trunks. It looked better without the red trunks. But that's one of those.
A suit with the red trunks, but not as cartoony or like.
Yeah.
Kind of make it cool, sort of. Like,
oh,
I haven't really seen the movie.
That Johnny Rainbow did that same fucking thing, and we got the same outcome.
No, stops the count at 2.
I would restart it.
Oh no, they're good to go. They were playing Dex playing possum. Maxine Kitty didn't fall for it. That happened to Johnny Rainbow. Roxanne Riley did that to him.
Back elbow puts a stop to things.
Holy shit! Spanish Fly. Right on the unforgiving floor.
How am I going to keep myself in
I mean,
this?
I've always liked. I've never been one of those people to pick one or the other. I like both.
But
I don't get into that shit. I think they're all awesome in their own way, and I'm not one of those people to sit there and say, oh, well, this character is better than that. I mean, you all motherfuckers copied each other for years. You have the same shit, basically, just different name. But
I was gonna say,
and that goes for both of them.
Batman always been my favorite.
That might have put it away.
Batman's awesome. I've always loved Superman too, only because here you have this powerful being from another planet that could literally rule the planet if he want. Let's face it, doesn't matter what his enemy is. He could, if he really wanted to, he could go sit on the moon and shoot you with his laser eyes. You wouldn't even see that shit coming. So I mean, he's got all this power, but he's got this ongoing battle with his. Oh, she kicked out again. Oh, I thought it was over right there. I thought it was over. Nexus.
Oh, great. Now you make me imagine Superman fighting the Predator.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool. And that is it. That is all. Team Infinity was correct. The winner of the match. And moving on to the championship final to face Roxanne Riley from Team Froggy Mothlegs, representing the Wolfpack. It is Professor Pollux, a.k.a. Poindexter. Moving on to the finals. Congratulations to Team Froggy Mothlegs. Froggy's, of course, been very busy the last few months. He's not, at least not on my end. He hasn't been on Discord even. But Variants of Strife, of course, keeps in touch. So Froggy at least knows what's going on. But another win for Professor Pollux. Maxine Kitty put up a good fight, but she is going home empty-handed today. Now, for anybody wondering, tournaments do not affect your win-loss record in our season, so you don't have to worry about that.
Mainly because they're outside universe mode, correct?
Exactly. And I wish they would fix that. You should be able to import a tournament just like you would a PLE. It would be fantastic if you could add a tournament to your universe. That'd be fucking awesome. Don't understand why they've never done it.
I actually just thought of another tag team you could add. What did I say? Hurricane and Mighty Molly.
Hurricane and Mighty Molly.
Since we're talking about superheroes.
Here is your winner.
We have to make sure there's superstars that would make sense to be in the Pride division too, though, is the other thing.
No, not the Pride division. Wait, what?
Well, weren't we talking about making the Pride? Weren't we talking about making the Pride division?
Oh, I was talking about in general.
Oh, gotcha.
Hurricane
Okay.
and Mighty Molly.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was it. I thought for sure that Maxine Kitty was actually going to pull that off at one point, but Dex, a little more resilient than I gave him credit for, apparently. Oni called it right from the beginning, though. Oni called it from the beginning.
Yeah, let me see if I can do it again.
What's going on, Temple Plays? Welcome in. Appreciate you for stopping by.
Yeah.
We're just about to get to the championship final. It is our very first Intergender Gold Rush tournament. And it's, of course, for the TWA Pride Championship. So you're here for the finals. It's been a very interesting tournament. Technically speaking, well, actually, factually speaking, we've never done intergender matches in a tournament before. We have had them in the past, but, you know, with recent happenings as far as 2K25 goes, it makes it a lot more interesting to do intergender matches now. So we have a division, the Pride division. We've decided to make it intergender, and not just that, we're actually going to turn it into a tag team division. So whoever wins the final, whoever goes home with the TWA Pride Championship, will choose a partner, and they will, of course, become the first Pride Tag Team Champions. And we will be having intergender matches, so they will pick a female partner from the Pride division, obviously. And we're going to see how that goes. This should be fairly interesting. But we all, like, well, not we all, but a few of us think that a tag team Pride division is more interesting and offers more advantages than just a singles competition division.
Whoa.
So,
Does it have to be of the same sex?
what do you mean?
You said it would be obviously be a female.
Well, no, I suppose
partner.
not. I suppose it wouldn't have to be of the same sex, no.
Because I'm just going to spill some beans here. Like, currently in NPW, of course, Matthew's married to January, but he's got a mistress named Aurora. She's trans.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have to be same sex. It can be
I was like thinking, like, oh, I don't know.
just part of the Pride division is all that matters there.
Oh, of course.
But it has to be intergender to allow that to happen.
Oh,
So, yeah.
So it's like a sort of a spin off the hybrid division, but I don't know.
Your premiere episode is on? Nice. Here on YouTube? I'm going to assume that's here on YouTube. I could be wrong, but I'm going to guess. You tend to do more things
I
on
would say
YouTube?
so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, Temple has promoted a lot of stuff for YouTube.
All right, so here we go. Final match of the day. The main event of our very first intergender Gold Rush tournament for the TWA Pride Championship. It comes down to Roxanne Riley from Team Life is Great and Professor Pollux, a.k.a. Poindexter, from Team Froggy Mothlegs. One of them are going to go home with some gold around their waist and with the opportunity to choose a partner. Because as I said earlier, we're going to be more than likely turning the Pride division into an intergender tag team division. It'll still be the Pride Championship. It'll be the Pride Tag Team Championship at that point. But we're gonna make it a tag team affair. But we're gonna keep it intergender. That way it could be the same sex, it could be the opposite sex. I mean, a lot of things could happen. It's gonna be very interesting. But here we go. Team Life is Great versus Team Froggy Mothlegs. Wolfpack Gal versus Wolfpack, actually. Roxanne Riley versus Poindexter is next. And last. Here we go. keep that ball rolling. I don't even know how long we've been live.
According to YouTube, actually, it won't tell me.
I know, it doesn't show me either.
It
Which
says
is
started
weird.
38 minutes ago, but I'm pretty sure you've been live for longer than that.
Oh yeah, definitely been live longer than 38 minutes or 32 minutes or whatever you just said. You know what would be fun though is if we had a go home happy match, but make it different than normal, and we'll come up with like an old matchup that happened in the past. Like, I don't know, like Randy Macho Man Savage versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Something.
John Cena versus Randy Orton.
Ooh. Ooh.
I was totally kidding about that.
That's kind of fun, though. That's kind of fun. But no, something like that, as opposed to what we normally do all the time, which is Streamer Team Wrestlers. January versus B. Jackson. Interesting.
We haven't done that a million times.
That's true. I mean, their rivalry and whether it be allies or foes goes back a long time.
I'm trying to think of something good.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is for the
The Undertaker versus Kane. It could be.
And we could even do it inside of a cage.
And it's about time, if you ask me.
How about Undertaker, Mankind, Hell in a Cell?
That has to be a reason for concern.
Undertaker versus Mankind, Hell in a Cell. That'd be fun. Let's do that. I'm down for that.
Okay, we'll do that.
I am down for that.
And that's was that King of the Ring?
For what?
That happened at King of the Ring, right?
I think so, yeah. I believe it was.
Yeah. I think it was King of the Ring 1998.
Yes.
Let me check my wrestling history.
I'm pretty sure you're right. Pretty sure you're right.
It felt like the whole match was a shoot.
It kind of did, yeah. It kind of did. Oh, there we go. Couldn't figure out what the hell I did with my coffee. But yeah, that sounds like fun. Undertaker, Mankind,
Yep.
Hell in a Cell.
At the King of the Ring arena. That happened on June 28th, 1998.
Yeah.
As we get started here,
I kind of thought you were right. It just sounded right to me. I couldn't think of it either right off the top of my head whether or not we were right or wrong, so I didn't want to like confirm that, but I was pretty sure you were right.
I just Googled it.
Yeah. Google is your friend.
Actually, who was The Undertaker's debut match?
When he came out at Survivor Series, or when he came out, like, because he came out with...
Like when he was with Brother Love, I think.
Yeah, he came out with Brother Love and Ted DiBiase, did he not? What was that first match?
I'm about to find out. Or maybe we'll say Coco Beware, but I don't know.
Any other time we would know this, but because we put ourselves on the spot, how dare we? How dare we?
At the Survivor Series pay-per-view, he was introduced as the mystery partner for Ted DiBiase's $1 Million Team,
Yep.
facing Dusty Rhodes' Dream
Oh,
Team in a
yeah!
4-on-4 elimination match.
That's right. That's right. It wasn't even a one-on-one matchup. Yep.
Trying to figure out who he fought though.
It wasn't Coco Beware.
No, I don't know why I was thinking that. It just popped in my head.
Guys, he's looked simply
He actually came to where I live. Now, this is back in 1991 when they were, you know, still growing. They weren't too big to go to the small towns anymore. But, so I got to meet The Undertaker here. I met Warlord. Haku was here. Giant Gonzalez. But I was just going to say, I got to watch Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez. That was the main event that day. Which was never all that impressive. You were just happy to see The Undertaker. You know what I mean? You were just excited to see Taker. Fuck anything else that happened. But, yeah, Giant Gonzalez was never a good wrestler. You know, much like the Great Khali. Some people like those guys. Which is, I mean, I don't mind them being part of the business. I just never thought They should have been anywhere near a world title picture. They couldn't barely move, much less wrestle. You know what I mean? It was just silly. It was just silly. As soon as I saw the Great Khali in the Longest Yard movie with Stone Cold Steve Austin, I literally said, how much do you want to bet that he ends up showing up on Monday Night Raw at some point? And sure enough, down the road, it wasn't even that long. He certainly did. Because Vince McMahon had a hard-on for big men. That's why little guys barely got any recognition. He just loved Rey Mysterio. So Rey Mysterio got handed the keys to the kingdom, but he is one of few that happens with. And he was a little guy. And he won the WWE Championship even. You know?
Archer.
Yeah. Welcome in.
I was technically correct because the team that The Undertaker faced was Coco Beware, Dusty Rhodes, and the Hart Foundation.
Yeah. So Coco Beware was there, but it wasn't a one-on-one match, though.
He was in the match, and he did fight The Undertaker, and he debuted.
He did. That's funny. Not a one-on-one, though. I knew it wasn't a one-on-one match.
No.
I just couldn't remember off the top of my head how that went. No, you weren't. That's funny, and you were just joking even.
I never specifically said a one-on-one match.
No. You did not.
No disqualifications means you have to do everything you can to get the win, or else.
But I think Roxanne's going to pull this one out of her ass.
I know. I'm starting to think the same thing.
She's going to probably be. Because a lot of times, usually it's the person like either the first two slots.
She's going to try that shit on Dex now. Let's see if Dex falls for it. I mean, Dex already fell for it once. Maxine Kitty did it to him. But this is what she did to Johnny Rainbow. Played possum. Oh, that's not good. I think the main event got locked up. So this match might end in a draw. This match might end in a draw.
Well, if it ends in a draw, that means no winner, right?
No winner?
Well, no, because the match will restart by tournament rules.
Or we leave it a draw and we have another tournament. Tag team.
Yeah, you can leave it a draw. But usually, if it's a draw during a tournament, the match will automatically restart.
Yeah. We just won't allow that to happen. But what we do in this case is we leave it a draw, and then we have another tournament.
Or we'll do the tag team tournament.
Exactly. After Iron to Gold. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. So this might have gifted us an opportunity here. Now we don't have to imagine Professor Pollux lose, because I think you're right. I'm pretty sure, you know, if they weren't so worn out they couldn't even move here, I'm pretty sure Roxanne Riley was going to take out Dex. And that's just, you know, one of those things. We've seen Dex lose 100 times, we've seen him win 100 times, but we've never seen him get taken out by a woman.
Yeah, it looks like it's frozen on my end.
Yeah, it's pooched. It is pooched, so we've got ourselves a draw. So what we're going to do is we're going to be having ourselves another tournament, and we're going to get some tag team action going in I think the TWA Pride Championship now becomes a Pride Tag Team Championship, and we have ourselves another Gold Rush tournament after Iron to Gold, which will either be tomorrow night or Saturday. I'm not sure which. We'll figure it out. I do work tomorrow until 5.
Same.
I could either do it at night that night, or I can wait and do it Saturday afternoon sometime. We'll see how that plays out. Either or is an option, really. And I'm off for the weekend, so it doesn't even matter.
Same.
After 5 o'clock Friday, I don't go back till Monday at a specific time that I don't even know. I should probably check at some point. Might be a good idea. But alright, I guess that is it. That is all for episode number 636. This match ends in a draw. They are too fatigued to continue. They cannot even move. Matter of fact, they are frozen. Pun intended. But again, what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into a tag team affair next time. We're going to have ourselves the first ever Intergender TWA Pride Championship Tag Team Gold Rush Tournament. and we're going to award brand, and we're going to turn this bad boy into a tag team division. I think it's going to be exciting, more exciting that way than it was the way if we continued as singles competition. I just think it opens up new avenues, better matches, more fun storylines. Like, a lot can happen. So I think it's going to be exciting. So this is almost a gifted opportunity that these two could not finish their job tonight, to which they should probably be docked in their pay, by the way. But neither here nor there. It was still a great tournament either way. It's very interesting that it came down to Poindexter and Roxanne Riley. Roxanne Riley was an absolute savage through this whole tournament. And Dexy, he wasn't too bad himself. I mean, he obviously made it to the finals. I don't know if it was as impressive as what Roxanne Riley did. But, she beat Johnny fucking Rainbow. That's Johnny freaking Rainbow. I just threw the fucking in. And then she takes out her brother Kyle Riley. And Oni and I are pretty sure, again, before they decided to take a nap here in the middle of the matchup, we're pretty sure Roxanne Riley was going to beat Poindexter. So it's interesting. We were gifted an opportunity. We're going to take it. We're turning it into a tag team division. And again, that tournament will be after Iron to Gold. Not immediately after Iron to Gold. Jesus Christ, Iron to Gold is a 14-match beast of a show that's going to have multi-man matches, tag team matches. There will be one-on-ones. It's going to be crazy. So, yeah, we're not doing a tournament after that, but it'll be thereafter Iron to Gold, which again will be either tomorrow night or Saturday. We'll figure it out as we go and what works out best for everybody and of course me. So, but I appreciate everybody for showing up that was here. It's always a good time, whether it's YouTube or Twitch. And it was a great tournament. It was very interesting, and it's our very first intergender tournament, so it was actually quite fun. I think the most fun I've had lately though is TWA Underground. TWA Underground's been phenomenal. It's so different, and there's been a lot of surprises and matches, and streamer teams are certainly not dominating by any means at TWA. It's a fierce competitive divisions, whether it be the Underground division or the Extreme Tag Team and Factions. I mean, it's nuts over there. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that show plays out over the season. It's crazy.
Has January made her debut in Underground?
I don't think so. Because was my last show not Genesis? It was, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
I'm pretty sure we brought her back at Genesis because she won the Legends Championship.
Yeah, she just straight up beat Alundra Blaze.
Yep. And she was the only one, like, 3 different people tried. Did not turn out well for them.
Yeah, she was like, hold my beer.
Yeah. I'm taking that shit back. There's no way Alundra Blaze is continuing to hold that title. That is mine. And she did it. And then she challenges. How much beer was she drinking that night, man? Like, she wins the Legends Championship, and then she goes all over social media and challenges the Wolfman Alan Severn. There's no titles on the line, but this is like an ego thing. This is an ego thing for both of them. There's, I mean, no pun intended, but there's going to be some pride involved in this shit. Because for the first time ever, and we're going to be setting the tone at Iron to Gold with January, the Women's Legends Champion versus the Wolfman Alan Severn, the Men's Legends Champion, inside of a TWA lockdown.
Well, you gotta really think about it. I mean, January is one of the toughest women you could ever meet.
I know, she's very, you can liken her to China, but she's obviously much better than China.
Alan Severn, probably the toughest man that I know of.
Yeah.
In TWA.
For sure.
And then they clash.
It's interesting. It's very interesting. And he did not, see, I was wondering, if he would take a gamble like that. Sometimes it's about career and ego, and he was quick to accept any challenge. Didn't matter, so he accepted without saying he accepted. But it's very interesting. It's very interesting.
It's over, Ace.
It's going to be. I'm very excited. That's going to be. It's a great way to set the tone. That's for damn sure. January, the coldest bitch on the planet versus the Wolfman Alan Severn, Legends Champion versus Legends Champion for the very first time. So that's not going to be an easy battle for even Alan Severn. I'm sorry, like, January is as tough as they come. It doesn't matter if she's not a man. She can. There's probably many people in the men's division she could take out. you know, so. But yeah. But anyways, that is it. That is all for episode 636. We are done like dinner. So again, we'll be live next either tomorrow night or Saturday. You guys always know it'll be on Discord. We'll discuss it and find out what the best plan is for that. I'm off Friday at 5, and I don't go back till Monday at some time that I'll figure out in the near future. So we're good to go as far as Iron to Gold goes, but it is going to be a 14-match beast of a spectacle. You definitely don't want to miss it. It's going to be a good time. That's our next show. It's going to be either tomorrow night or Saturday. Still working that out.
Okay.
Yeah. But, yeah. It's weird that we can't rate anybody. I don't like that. You should be able to. You should be. But then, how would you do that? I mean, the system just isn't in place to do that.
Some random channel.
Yeah. You know what? Let's look somebody up on Twitch, and we'll drop their link in YouTube chat, and then people can go visit. Sir Whitefire is live apparently. Who else is live on Twitch? Alex Sappy is live on Twitch. Rin Joker is live on Twitch. Yeah, I don't know. I would probably say Alex or Sir Whitefire. Sir Whitefire is playing Kingdom Hearts. Oh, only left. Where'd he go? How dare he leave like that? So what I'll do is I'll do this. And I'll put Sir Whitefire's link in. And what we can do is click the link and go visit Sir Whitefire. We can't do an official raid from YouTube to Twitch, obviously, but we can, however, click the link and go over to his channel and support him and say hello. So I would appreciate it, anybody that's, you know, paying attention, if you would click the link and go visit Sir Whitefire, say hello. I'll come over as well. And we'll see each other either tomorrow night or Saturday. We'll all discuss it and see what's going on. For our first SPV for Season 6, again, it is now one of our now Big 4. We had a Big 3. Now we finally have a Big 4 stream per view. TWA's Iron to Gold. Again, it's going to be a 14-match epic beast of a spectacle. So you don't want to miss it, because every match is going to be inside of a steel structure or inside of an Iron Man rules matchup setting. It's going to be a badass show, so you do not want to miss a single solitary second of that. And of course, it's always fun to see what the new arena looks like, right? We got a brand new TWA's Iron to Gold arena ready to rock and roll. But yeah, click that link, go visit Sir Whitefire, say hello, show him a little support, and we'll see each other soon. Appreciate you all. But it is that time. You don't have to go home, but you do have to get the fuck out of my channel and go to Sir Whitefire's. I'm clicking the link right now.
Sir Whitefire?
Yeah.
Is he playing Kingdom